Happy Sunday morning, everybody. We're up early doing yard work finally. Trying to play catch up, y'all. Life is tough. You gotta get everything done on the weekends at the house because the weeks get busy. But the dogs are getting out this morning, playing bite the skin, playing tug the skin, playing whatever you want to call it. Being themselves, being loud. This is our normal day. If you're new to the channel, this is how we play. Then we invariably call it quits. It's actually a really, really pretty day out today. Um, Last night I was talking about Texas heat and ready to throw in the towel, ready to go to Tennessee with my man, Tin Man. Start a farm next door, be like, hey man, let's get away from this heat. And then, of course, Texas pulls me back in with this beautiful mornings where there's no snow on the ground, you know, nice and clear. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Texas is like D-Dog 21. Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, Texas is one of those places where it's a love-hate, right? You know, it's like you love the mild temperatures when they're around, but then the heat just destroys everything. It seems like, but these dogs, they've done really well, man. My Cane Corso, as long as they have water, that's key. And that's one of the reasons why my thumbnail is my Cane Corso drinking water, because in Texas, man, you gotta have water around because these dogs will dehydrate in a minute. They will dehydrate. So you have to come here, come talk to the camera. Come here, big girl. Yeah, today we were gonna try to work on some recall, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it this morning or just later on this afternoon when it cools off again. But I'm gonna grab some treats and we're gonna work on this recall issue, mainly with him, the youngster over here who's only a year and a half. Sometimes his recall is not like I need it to be, especially when there's distractions like the neighbor or whatever. Um, Appreciate you, D Dog. Thank you. D Dog 21 says that although they're so cute. Um, Recall is important, right, y'all? Because if you ever get in a situation where your dog is doing something they're not supposed to, you want them to be able to listen to you when you call for them. So, Storm, come here, baby. That's the kind of recall I really want for my Cane Corso. She's been around for 3 years, and so she knows the drill. She's even sitting down, so she's like preempting what I'm asking for her. Watch this when I call the Cane Corso. Rain, Rain, come here, buddy. That's okay. That's okay. I would like it a little bit faster, but but yeah, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is augment that more. Dash, what's going on? How you doing? Um, how are they? How are you? Oh, I'm fine, man. Dash, I appreciate you. Yeah, I think you probably heard me last time I've been sick, and so that's why you guys haven't seen my live streams very much. So yeah, my wife and I kind of caught the bug. It's going around here in Texas. I'm not sure if it was COVID. I was a little bit afraid to go get tested. So, but yeah, so I was sick, and now we're back. The monkey says, "Why you dock your dog? You sicko. Looks abused. Beautiful dogs." Okay, so D monkey, this is there's a couple things I'm gonna say about that. I've talked about this before. Um, One is that my dogs are not harmed and not abused. Their tails were docked when they were puppies. Both of my dogs were done before I got them from the breeder. Now I didn't oppose her tail being docked. I did have the opportunity to jump in and say no, but at the time I wasn't really thinking. I was like, it's a traditional thing, and there's still many people that don't have, they don't see that as an abuse. Um, with him, it wasn't that way. He was already docked and cropped. The ears were already cropped, so that occurred before we got there. Yeah, you can call me sicko. You can judge me from the beginning. That's on you. Most people that are, I think, that are reasonable typically ask questions like, "Hey, why did you dock your tail's dog?" or "Why did you crop their ears?" before you call them sickos. But it's okay. I understand this is an open forum, and it's easy to call people sicko or whatever before you even um, have a chance to talk to them. But that's fine. Either way, yeah. Since then, I've kind of been like, yeah, in the future I wouldn't do it, because I don't think it adds very much value to the dog. It's more of a look for them. Everyone thinks of a traditional Rottie having a shorter tail, a Connie Corso having those cropped ears, but I don't think it does very much. Um, it doesn't do very much for the dog. You know what I'm saying? So in retrospect, probably I would have been more of an advocate for it. So, but that comes with education, right? I mean, that's one of the reasons why I even have this channel, is because I try to offer as much as I can. Um, Now, do I think my dogs were significantly harmed by it? Like even today, I don't know if I don't think my dogs are suffering for a look, you know what I'm saying? But, as a term of like just a general, like, humanitarian approach, is probably not a good idea to just be chopping off the ears and tails. But again, like I said, I have respectable friends and family members that, that's for them it's a traditional thing. They don't see that it harms the dog, especially when it's done at an age where they're kind of like babies. It's almost like it's that age old question about, do we circumcise human babies or not. It becomes a very interesting political, um, becomes a very heated debate thing, and it's been a traditional thing, particularly with religious beliefs. And then people have kind of backed it up with some idea that science kind of proves it, and then others say, well, actually, that was kind of not really true. But it becomes a debate, And I generally try to stay away from debates on my channel because I feel like it's a good way to alienate people, and I'm not here to alienate people. I just try to do my best to say, hey, this is what I'm doing as a layperson, uh, as a non trainer, and I just do my best with what I have. So I make sure they have food and water. I make sure they have appropriate shelter. They have access to the bathroom. I train them. I give them love and affection. I give them everything that they need to grow and be good, healthy dogs. So if you want to call me sicko, go right ahead. I appreciate that. Um, Charles, thank you so much for saying that they're beautiful. D-monkey cropping is even worse. The monkey, I love my dogs. Nice response, but appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Thank you for saying that. It's traditional because breeders are traditionally just trying to make money. D-monkey, I think you're right, right? Because everyone's trying to say, look at me, I've got the best, whatever, come, and they can make money off of. I agree with that. Nini, where's the little one? There she is in the background. Dash, what kind of dogs are they? Dash, that's a good question. So this is a Cane Corso, and I haven't weighed him in a couple months, so he's pushing about 130 pounds. So he's a big boy. And then my Rottweiler over there, she's a year. I'm sorry, she's 3 years, and she's about 100 and what did I say, 115 pounds or so. No, don't get me. I don't want to push their weights up. I'm just trying to be accurate as possible. I think she's 100, either 110 or 115. Sorry, it's been a while. Wow. And then of course my little one over there, she's a mixed dog, so puggle slash beagle slash peagle, somewhere along those lines. So Juan Luciano, nice yard, bro. That dog is a stud. Thanks, Juan. I appreciate you. Jen says, beautiful dogs. KK, ear cropping should be a crime like declawing cats or removing vocal cords. So yeah, so that's the question. Do you, again, we go back into politics. I'm trying to stay away from politics because I just want to alienate people. I try not to, um, take it too hard of a position because people, I mean, you'll have people backing you up for one side and you have the other side just ripping you apart. So I really try to keep my channel away from divisive ideas. That's why I don't talk about politics or religion, things like that on here, because it just, it just gets into issues. But for me personally, I do advocate not harming any animal unnecessarily. So I do think cropping is more of a style, it's more of a tradition, and I don't think it adds any value to the dog. That has been my conclusion. And I think in retrospect, I would have advocated for him. But at the time, I was more concerned about, hey, I just want a Rottweiler. I want a Cane Corso, those things you have to learn. Humans have to evolve and we have to learn from each other. Jen says she loves Roddy. Your corso is beautiful. Thank you, Jen. KK Politics has nothing to do with abusing an animal. No, 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 that's not what I mean. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are people who believe traditionally it's okay to have an animal be a certain way. And just like politics, people believe that your government should run a certain way, your policies should be a certain way, and other people have basically an opposing view with equal amount of evidence for their point of view, and it becomes a more of a political thing. I'm not saying that dogs' ears is a health concern because it bleeds together. I mean, think about human health, right? Abortion rights, is that a political thing, or is that a thing of human health? Again, I don't want to get too far in that. I really wanted to kind of stick with the dogs, but okay. It does not add value. A lot of uninformed owners who don't research before purchasing. Yes, KK, exactly what I just said. That it's it's an issue of information, and people have to kind of pass that information along, and it adds no value. That's been my conclusion. Adds no value to the dogs. Demunk, a lot of YouTube trainers will just insta ban you for mentioning it. So bear to hear Storm's opinion. Yeah, you mean the Demonkey? Are you saying that trainers will ban you for even suggesting that they shouldn't be cropped? I mean, that's my rationale for kind of staying away from those topics. I say what I believe. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's why. And some of those trainers are probably excellent with dogs, and I need to learn more from those people. So I try to live and let live. But as far as advocating for dogs, absolutely, I think it adds no value. And if I would recommend that if you do get a dog, be cognizant of that. That hey, am I really adding value to my dog by doing that? Now, I will say, practically speaking, though, not having large tails. Now, this could be you can criticize me for it, but I'm just saying that this is one thing that I do notice is not having large tails means that your house is less less destroyed because those tails can whip things off your table. They can knock things around. I mean, they do that already. But I can just imagine if they had large tails to go with it, it could cause more things to knock over in your home. But again, it's a big dog. You expect to be able to like last night. They were running, and I was filming, and they knocked over my porcelain lamp by the pool over there, and I was like, well, there he goes. I'm not gonna punish my dog. They're just being them. They just been themselves. So KK says, yeah, if you don't like those large tails, just get a smaller dog. That's absolutely a good way of looking at it. If you can't handle the tails, then get a little bitty puppy like that. I agree with you. You're not gonna get any argument from me, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. Imagine cutting off someone's appendage because it's knocked things over. Yeah, yeah. Um, Imagine people not clipping their nails, and they just like walk around with these long nails and chopping each other up and cutting through stuff. I mean, it's that's we're getting into debate now. I love Labradors, but dang, that one is cute. I appreciate you. Yeah, man, I love him, man. He's a great dog. He's a really good dog. They're they do need training though, guys. I'm telling you. I've been talking about that a lot lately too. About um, we're talking about aesthetics right now, but I think more so than aesthetics, um, we need to be cognizant of behaviors because oftentimes those behaviors. Earl, good to see you again, man. Thanks for stopping back by. Good morning to you. Yeah, it's like almost 9 o'clock here in Texas. Jaime Gutierrez, what kind of dog is that? Cane Corso, and there's a Rottweiler back there, and a mixed puppy right there in the distance. And we're just hitting the hot part of the morning, and so it started to get hot. So they're like looking for shade. So before they were playing this morning. So if you get a chance, look at the beginning of the video when I upload it, and you can see what they were doing when they got out of the bed. They just came out here, started going, started fighting. So Nini, I missed your comment. The tails also help them ward off flies. Docking is fine, but it should be done at the appropriate age, not to hurt them. So yeah, again, Nini, that's again, you're gonna have all these opinions on what's right, what's wrong. I'm just staying a little bit outside of that argument. I'll my official stance on it is I don't quite believe that it adds value to the dog, and I would be an advocate for not doing those things to them. Um, but I'm not gonna, die heartedly, be. I'm not gonna basically come at people or disrespect people or say mean things to people if they choose to not do that. I don't advocate for it. I don't think it adds value, but I won't necessarily just be like, you better or else you're a dumb butt or, whatever. I just try to stay away from that. I disagree. My two bullies have large tails and they have never damaged anything. Okay, well, there you have it, guys. Tails don't matter. So if you have a large dog and they got tails, I guess they don't knock anything over. I'm Australian. There is more flies than you can have. Well, that I bet that could be that's a thing to consider. I mean, there's probably flies out here now. Like, look at them, kind of. You may be able to see them circling around here. They're not like little gnats. I'm not sure if a tail would help that, but I can imagine in Australia, if you got big flies, you probably need that tail. They ain't sheep, fellow. um, Nini live on 300-acre property. My old man still has 60 head of cattle, and we have working dogs, never docked. Yeah, I can see that, monkey, D monkey. If you have, if you have a large property and your dogs have like a purpose, they have a job. And again, these dogs, big dogs, are usually bred for big jobs, and they're not really happy until they have, uh, you know, until they have a job or something like a job. So if your dogs have a job and they need their tails, they need their ears, please don't hurt your dog and harm them or hinder them from doing their job. My dogs are pets. You know, as much as my channel, I show them off as like protectors and stuff like that. That's more of the fanfare stuff. But at the heart of it, they're like little puppies. They're just lap dogs. I train them, I keep them out of trouble, I clean them, I wash them, I do all that stuff. But they're at the end of the day, these guys are not really truly guard dogs, and they're not truly. I mean, they have instincts. Don't get me wrong. My dogs have instincts to protect their property, to be territorial, but they're not. I don't have them specifically for, you know, trained to be guard dogs. That's a whole level of training that requires body suits and all this stuff, and I'm not interested in all that. Mine are more for pets. I have a family. Have two kids. My oldest, of course, is no longer. He's grown and out of the house, but I still have another kid, and my wife and I wanted just family dogs. And that's why Rottweilers are great family dogs. Cane Corsos can be great family dogs, but they do require some training. They do require work to become good family dogs. So, okay, so what am I missing? I missed the pit bull, had a blockhead pit name killer. He had cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jaime Gutierrez. A loss of a dog can be hard, man. They, in lines of what we're talking about being empathetic to our dogs, man. Our dogs are like our families to us, man. So I'm like, you lose a dog, you've lost a family member, and that's rough. I've been there, and I get emotional thinking about it. So I can empathize with you with your loss. So that's not it's not an easy thing to bounce back from it, and it never really goes away. That pain still is there. So I empathize with you. So Dixon Family TV says I have a African barbowl. What is that? What is that? African barbowl? Mr. One Guy says I lost many dogs over the years. I've had dogs all my life. It doesn't go away, but it gets way easier. Yeah, that's Mr. One Guy. That's exactly what I was saying. Is that we lost her brother. It was a car accident, and that happened. At this point, it's been 2 years. No, a year and a half, going on 2 years. And man, it was like, just to say the dog's name, just like I could, my chest would fall to the floor just feeling that pain. You know what I'm saying? And he was such a good dog, man. I wish I could have shown you guys what my male Rottweiler was like. He was like, I love Storm. She's a beautiful dog. No, I'm sorry, collar accident. I gotta enunciate. Collar accident. And not car, but collar. So, but it was like I said, I love Storm. She's a wonderful dog, and she's mellowed out over the years. She was a great dog to begin with, but she was very active and just very just aggressive and just like, oh, I'm going after everything. She was like, oh, just do everything at 110%, right? And now she's kind of her arc is kind of calming down now, where she's being more mellow. You saw when I called her, she was been very good with recall. Just just a lovey dovey, just a wonderful dog. But that male Connie, not sorry, that male Rottweiler that I had, he was like that from day one. Creed was just a phenomenal Rottweiler. He had the look. I mean, he had that face. Everyone's always teasing me about my my Rottie has more of a slender, almost has a Doberman kind of face to her. And where you going, buddy? Where you going? So I've been trying to get him to not be so reactive to people walking in the street up front, and so I stopped him. That's why I did that. But yeah, Creed is the name that suits what Creed is a name that suits what you're telling us. Yeah, exactly, man. You're absolutely right. My kids actually named the Rottweilers. They were like Storm and Creed, and that's exactly right. His name matched him. He just had that wonderful temperament. Like, just he wasn't as reactive as she was, and could take him anywhere. That guy was just a wonderful dog. And unfortunately, that collar accident was his demise, and it happened. It happened while I was at work, and my son called me. My son was here at the time, and he had let them out, and they had their collars on. And so Storm, being who she is, doing what she's doing now, you know, she got tangled up in his collar. And we live, and I hear at the time I didn't have complete sod. It was kind because where we live is kind of sandy, and so that sand impacted the release latch on the collar, and so with her teeth, getting into the collar, twisting in the collar, it basically strangled him to death. And my son was trying his best to pull it apart, and it was impacted, so he couldn't release the collar, and so he died. And when he called me and said, hey Dad, this, I can't get the dogs apart, and they're stuck apart, and see how she's pulling at his neck. I mean, that was kind of what she was doing with the collar. She was pulling at the collar, and if I could go back in time and just like see the warning signs, you know, I would. But that was rough, man. I'm surprised I am able to talk about it without kind of almost shedding a little tear right now, because to see my baby, man, to see him like laying on the back porch right there, just lifeless. Dude, that took me. I cried for a day and a half straight. I mean, my wife tried to take us out to dinner that night, and I was sitting at the dinner table, just grown man, kids sitting there looking at me, wife looking at me, and I am just bawling, straight bawling, y'all. That hurt me, y'all. That hurt me. So you guys, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to get emotional right now, because I'm kind of almost tearing up a little bit. But I feel you. Only thing I'm trying to say is I understand that is a rough thing to lose a dog. Mr. One Guy says the exact same thing happened to my Chihuahua. He fell through the stairs and hung. Oh my God, dude. Woo. Oh my God. Twisted the collar. My wife called me. Yeah. We only call it. So D Monkey says we only collar them if they come into town. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I learned, D Monkeys. I learned to, like, right now you never really see them with collars, because I am just like, unless the only reason I'll put only circumstance where I'll put a collar on him or any of them is when I'm taking them in to thank you, I appreciate it, D Monkey. If I take him into the store, because I'll try to socialize, it's particularly him, I'll put a collar on him. Or the other circumstances, I have a collar with spikes on it. And occasionally I'll leave, if I take him out, I may leave that on, because Storm doesn't really like biting on those, on that. It's wide, thick leather with spikes. She doesn't really fool with it, so she'll leave it alone. But even then, I take that off because I'm just afraid that it'll get caught on something. So at home, my dogs do not have collars, and they will never have collars. Even my little one over there, they won't have collars at my house, willy nilly, unless we're going somewhere. So just kind of a word to the wise, and everyone that's been talking on the chat, just know that that is a possibility. Your dogs wearing collars at home can get caught on things, and right here, there's so many things that it can get caught on. I mean, I've got wood racks, I got grills and chairs. It's just don't. I just don't do it. White Mike 88323 says it's hard to lose any pet. Yes, I mean they become family. I'm telling you, y'all. I mean these dogs, they win your heart. I mean, when you look down and see those eyes and how much they care for you and love on you and protect, and I'm not saying that they're like, you know, like, they're not like real children, but they're almost are like real children. So when you lose, an animal that has attached itself to you, be it a dog, be it a cat, be it a bird or whatever, that hurts, man. So I think Storm and I could be great friends. Rain, it's well, I almost said his name is Rain too, but it's Reign. But Storm and can definitely be a wonderful friend. The thing with her though, I'm gonna be honest with you, she's not necessarily welcoming to people that she doesn't know. So it takes a little bit of work to warming up to her. But once she's accepted you, you are her friend for life. And her and I, we have a special bond. I mean, that Rottweiler, she chose me to be her person, and so she sleeps next to me. She's always got her eyes on me. Um, yeah, Rain. Yeah. So, um, and I'm sure y'all have dogs like that too. That they just kind of fixate you. But I got to be honest with you, the other downside is that you have to kind of be careful with that because they feel like human families, but they're not humans. So there's a level to which you have to be like, okay, you're still an animal, okay, you're still a dog, and there's certain things that I have to do to make sure that if I, to make sure it's for my safety, my family's safety, and for my dog's safety. So as much as I love them, I still make sure that there's not a line that we don't cross to where they understand that it's still a alpha, you know, lower relationship. Like, I'm alpha, you are lower on the totem pole. That has to be maintained, and it's easy to start loving on your pet and treating them like family, and not make sure they understand that they're not your equal, because they don't have the same cognitive faculties that we have. So they can't just, you know, they can't just be like, what, you're gonna get off the couch and I'm getting, what I'm saying? They can't tell you to get off the couch so they can sit, because that's not appropriate. Because if not, they could actually, if you ever say, what, I'm gonna sit on the couch, they could turn on you. And I've heard stories of people saying that their dog has turned on them. And my first thing I want to know is, what kind of relationship did you have with your dog? Did you treat your dog like a family, like a human being? Or did you make sure that there was enough boundaries there so that the dog understands that you're alpha? And anyway, so I go between loving on my dogs and making sure that they understand that they're still animals. White Mike, I'm getting catch up. They says they're real kids. Yeah. And then Rain says, I get it. D Monkey, most loyal kids you'll ever have. Absolutely. Jane Cosito 090. Not sure what that means. Vando Kumar BBXEX. I'm not sure. Jane Cosito. Ooh. Bow Dragon. What is your obsession with animals? I don't have an obsession with animals. I just love my dogs. Um, I dare say something smart now. That sounds kind of rude. Ken Scott, 100%. The worst are people that don't understand this. Yeah, I think you're talking about understanding those boundaries, right? Come here. If they don't understand that they need to maintain those boundaries, you're in for a world of hurt. And let's see, you're not a dog. Yes, you're not a dog. You have to make sure that they know that you're human, and you fall higher on the totem pole than they do. They are animals. Don't forget. Exactly. You got puppies for sale? No, no, I don't. But I do have a coworker who has was about to have a litter in about a year. So her channel is called Ozzy the Connie Corso. So look her up if you're interested in getting a premium, absolute awesome Connie Corso. Go to her station. Unknown dogs are like people; they feel emotions too, and should be treated how we want to. Yeah, they do have emotions, but they are still dogs, and so they only speak their language. They don't quite speak our language. So the nuances of our language they don't quite get. So you have to make sure you talk to them in a language that they understand. How old is your Connie Coach? So I have a puppy coming in September 29th. Can't wait. Chris Him said he has a puppy coming in on 29th. So mine is a year and a half, and he's he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Requires a lot of work, but he's a good boy. Mr. One Guy. All right, guys. I'm going to check out. Pleasure chatting, brother. Good night from Vietnam. Oh, I didn't know you were in Vietnam. All right. Good night, though. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you, Mr. One Guy. Martin Rendell. I have an XL Bully. Alex Salazar. How do you feel about Belgian Malinois? I hear that they're great dogs. They're very, very active, and you have to make sure you have the energy to keep up with a Belgian. I don't know that and then also safety things. So these little fences that I have up, my dogs kind of like they're so big they don't feel like jumping it. They could, but they don't feel like it. But a Malinois, I get the feeling that if you want to try to contain a Malinois, I'm not sure what you can do because I don't know that any defense that I've ever seen a Malinois not basically scale and get out. So as long as your Malinois understands how to stay inside the gate and where you want it to be, I guess everything's cool. But for me, I'm a little bit afraid that my Malinois would be like, clear this gate, clear the next gate, and we'll be down the street barking at somebody. Mayhem from Allstate. What up from Fort Worth, Texas, from Funky Town? I know where Funky Town is. I used to live there. I love Funky Town. Fort Worth. So the nickname for Fort Worth is Funky Town. So I love that place. I wouldn't mind going back actually. Rain, what is the goofiest they've been? Any funny stories? Good question. Funny, goofy stories. What can I say? There's so many. So I have. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to advertise too hard, but I do have a couple videos where where Rain steals one of my green socks, and he comes out here in the yard with it, and he had been taking my socks for a while. So I decided to come out and film me confronting him about it. And I came outside and I was like, dude, you know, did you take my sock? And he looks at me and he goes, and then he turns his head and looks at Storm. And basically the blame Storm, like, hey, she did it. And then Storm goes, and she looks at Missy. And then Missy, insinuating that Missy did it. And then Missy goes, she just kind of slowly walks up to me like, I did it. I got the whole thing on film. So that's, I don't know, that to me that was funny. There's probably a lot more things I can think of. I just got to keep up with the comments. And then Rain, so Chris Hemming says, my pup's mom and dad are registered with ICCF. The litter's old enough on 9/29. I had to pay $2,000, but I'm pumped. Ooh, so ICCF, is that the same as AKC, or is that is that like a European variant or something? Sorry, didn't mean to get his butt in the. I never heard of ICCF. Fabulous minor. I am a female that have all of my life dealt with pit bulls of all sorts. Mostly the pit bull breed. They're my kids, and yeah, I used to get a lot of funk from my guy friends. They would. Okay, so fabulous minor. I think it's like Minor or Minor. Not sure how you say her last name. She says that she's had all her life. She's had pit bulls of all sorts, and so she gets a lot of flack from her friends. But yeah, but I bet you have an amazing leadership skills, because in order to have an XL, you said you had an XL bully or just a bulldog in general? Oh, hey, thanks Alex for stopping in. Hope you have a great day too, man. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, people like that, like Fabulous, that saying, she's got these bullies. I mean, those people generally have great leadership qualities about them. and she probably does a job where that translates to her ability to lead other people as well. So I believe you wholeheartedly. I bet you're an amazing leader. Probably can give me a lot of pointers. So if you have any suggestions and you want to post fabulous, go ahead. I'm all ears. So Chris replied and said, Chris Him said International Connie Corso Federation, kind of the same as AKC. However, AKC is what you would call top shelf and very hard to come across. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I really didn't know that Connie Corsos had their own association, and I have to look into that. That's awesome. John Nisbet says, "Can your dog show us some tricks in your baki?" And they are some jewelers. Man, that's a good question. I don't have any treats with me. I may be able to. I don't know if my little one will do any tricks, but they don't have a lot of motivation. Let's see what I can do. Come here, Missy. Missy, can you sit? Good. Can you lay down? Good. Can you roll? Kind of. We got a half roll. That's a good girl. That's your good girl. Good job. That's your good, sweetie. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit more. Oh, she want a treat now. The treat's gonna be loved today. Good job, girlie. Good job. Yeah, I mean, I do little things like that, but not too much on that. I just don't have a lot of time. So, Rain says, "Is Storm on alert right now? How would you spot it when they are?" Yeah, I mean, she's. I'll go over there. Hopefully, the internet doesn't cut out on me. But yeah, she probably saw something over there, and then now she's laying in the shade. So we have dogs across the street, and so sometimes they like to go over there and watch them. And then we have dogs right next door to us, and so they like to go watch them. But yeah, she's over here. Hopefully, the internet's still working and not cutting out. I can never tell whenever I'm getting too far away from my Wi-Fi. But yeah, she's over here chilling, and now he's over there, probably gonna take a dump or something. He usually go way out in the corner when he's ready to go poop. Yep, there it goes. You probably can't see that, but that's him doing his business. How would you spot when they are? Yeah, I mean, the thing about alertness is they obviously has that they have that look, and their bodies and posture is at attention, and when they're really upset, their hackles come up on their back right here, which is it's kind of a good thing to know about your dog. There he comes. You took care of your business. Yeah, that's a good job. Let me go back over here. Come on, come on, guys. I'm gonna go back over here because I'm just afraid that if my internet starts cutting out and gets piculated, people will drop. People will stop watching. So I'm trying to bring them back over here in the shade. The monkey Chris, what are they getting separated from the mom? Oh, what age they're getting separated from? Okay, so yeah, we got them in January. Oh man, let me switch over to 5G. Oh no, I knew it. I knew it. I knew we were over to 5G. Oh no, I knew it. I knew it. I knew we were gonna drop out. Let me switch over to 5G real quick. I'm sorry, guys. I was right in the middle of saying something too. So yeah, so I was saying that we got her like at 3 or 4 weeks, like at about a month from her parents, which was kind of early. He was there at the breeder till he was about 3 months. So I think that's probably okay. It's the early you get your dog, I think the better because they tend to learn how you want them to be early on, so before they establish bad habits. Man, I do apologize, y'all, for that internet cutting out like that. So I need to figure out what to do whenever my dogs kind of walk away from the house. I'll figure that out. They're separated 8 weeks, and what's cool is the IFCC paperwork shows their bloodline back to '93. That's awesome. So yeah, so Chris, so he's actually AKC certified. So he is a part of that, and I do have his lineage, because his parents are from well-known kennels, and I don't really talk about that a lot, but he does have a nice champion lineage as well. And if you go to, so my coworker has his sister. She talks a little bit about the kennels, and I have another subscriber that usually comes on and helps me remember all the fancy stuff. I tend to, for some reason, I just don't talk about all that. My wife is kind of like, well, it's probably a good thing. You don't want people to get all too interested, and then next thing you know, your dog is gone or whatever. But I don't think anyone would steal my dog. But 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 yeah, he comes from a very well known kennel and has a nice lineage. And I think the paperwork that I have has him going back. I don't know how many generations, but enough generations to impress me. So fabulous. Ooh, I'm gotta catch up. Gotta catch up. Jafari was talking about how old they are. So 1.5, 3, and then 12 years old. The baby's 12. And let me see. Weight is dog. Oh, weight. I think you mean like in terms of how heavy are they. So he's about 130, pushing 130 ish, and she's about 110, 115, and of course she's like 14 pounds. um, up XLs. I have a 2K car cells, pretty much every type of bully breed. My dad used to breed in when I was a kid. So you know, yeah. So fabulous. You sounds like you've had a long history, and that's why I kind of predict you're probably an amazing leader because you probably were shown leadership as a child and grew up to have the same leadership, and that translates to dogs and probably your job. So if anyone works for Fabulous, I bet you got an awesome leader. Damn lucky video dropped. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. 8 weeks ago is okay, and better than 6. I think 12 is a sweet spot. You know, I bet that I think so. I think that's probably the right amount of time that your dog needs to be with your mother before you pull them away. If the parents are well trained, at least they learn stuff that is very hard to teach. Good. Yeah, D Monkey. I'm sorry, I'm getting behind on the comments, but yeah, that's a huge point. Is that there's a lot of manners that the mother will teach those puppies that that's I mean we try to mimic that, we try to offer those corrections, but mom, when they're puppies, offer wonderful corrections. They teach those dogs a lot of lessons. So I think what D Monkey is trying to say is that that time with mom is necessary. I agree with that 100%. D900 says cute dogs, yay. I'm sorry that I don't know how to pronounce your name. I think it's in German or Russian. I'm not sure. Yes, German Shepherds. Chris Him says AKC is top shelf. And what's cool about that is at one point your dog was rated show quality, meaning the generation can be registered to AKC. Yeah. So Chris, I'm gonna try to Errol, you're back. What's up, man? Chris, I'm gonna try to pull my AKC paperwork out, and maybe on the next video I can kind of go through the list and maybe look a little closer. you know you know how it is. Sometimes we have things that we get things that we just don't even know what we have. So I just need to pull that paperwork out and look at it so I can be a little bit more informative about that. But I know that was one thing that my breeder in my contract made me register because he was so concerned about you know his descendants having documentation. So yeah, so we have that now on her. I think we had the option, but we didn't AKC certify her. So Errol, about you all? Yeah, no, I'm great, Errol. Thanks for coming. Appraised, you're back. Appraised, y'all, is getting ready to get a Connie Corso and is headed off to college. So he's got some work. Well, I'm sorry, Errol. I'm sorry. Praise, you're a guy, right? I'm sorry if I misgender you, but you're on your way to college and you're going to have your hands full with the Connie Corso. Tyree Howard, which dog is more protective, Cane or Rottweiler? I don't. You mean in general or my dogs? I think I don't know. Right now, well, hold on. Let me jump in. They're getting a little. Hey! That's enough. Y'all are getting way too hyped up over here. Sometimes they do that, y'all. They'll see that's look at that. She is trying her best to maintain her dominance. Yep. All right, we're gonna have to cut this out, y'all. Let me go find a toy. But she's losing dominance, and so she's trying to get that back, and she almost went in for this. So that's one thing I am afraid of. I'm afraid of her getting to the point where she's frustrated with the loss of her position and tries to go in 100%. So we're gonna try to change the energy a little bit. She'll try to go in for the kill with her dominance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get that back. You saw her. I thought she was yielding because the last couple of weeks she's kind of been yielding to him, and I was like, okay, now we're getting to a point where maybe he's gonna be alpha and maybe she's gonna chill. But what I just saw a minute ago was her saying, Actually, I'm a bad bud, all right, and I'm actually gonna be ahead of you. So I've got to keep a close eye on that, guys. All right, back to the comments. Uh, yeah, I was asking about which you were asking. Tyree was asking about which one's more protective. I don't know, man. I think both of them are very protective in general. My Rottweiler is just different. She just doesn't trust people. My Cane Corso, he has the size and the loudness that just will peel your skin off of you. So they both work together sometimes. So I don't know. I like them both, man, and I wouldn't put one ahead of the other necessarily. I just think they're different and they're great. Would you rather you know or not yourself a money maker? Will Whether you know or not, LO, you got yourself. Oh, whether I know it or not, Chris, you're saying I have a moneymaker. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me know so I can. Oh, you mean in terms of breeding? Dinesh Sharma says, "Did you ever own a pet Doberman?" No, I've never had a Doberman before, and I don't know how different they are from Rottweilers, but I'm sure they probably have similarities. Have they each bit each other? Dash asked me if they bit each other. Unfortunately, they have. She has taken a nice little plug, or gash. She gashed him on the shoulder. I wasn't around when it happened, but I know it happened. And her claws have kind of gotten him on his face. You know how you see how when she jumps and she swipes, she's gotten him in the face at least one or two times. He's actually fairly gentle when he bites. He just kind of like nips. He's really gentle with that. So when it comes to them playing, he tends to not. So I would be absolutely terrified if he actually let loose on her because he's much bigger, and his bite is probably way stronger at this point. And have they ever? So Fabulous says, and I would actually get like $1,000 a pop, 45 administrators of his, if he's seen it, and it was it became overwhelmed because people actually requested semen. So Fabulous, I was kind of torn between that, and I got to be honest with you, I made a decision. I made a family decision because he was going through his, and kind of still is, his dominant phase, and so part of his dominance was, I think, really fueled by his testosterone. I mean, the dude was really going at it. He was being very territorial. He was marking in the house a lot, and so for our family, I just like, man, at this point, if I could reduce some of his, testosterone load and cause a lot of his aggressive behaviors, or maybe not aggressive, but maybe dominant behaviors, kind of tone those down and maybe stop the whole, because every time she'd walk in the room, he'd want her to know, so he'd, mark on the couch, around the couch, on the floor, like he was just going at it. So we just said, look, you know what? We love our dogs as pets. We're not going to try to, go the money route with the semen and the studying and all that good stuff. So I just, again, we're more like just about family stuff and chilling and having a good time. We're trying money stuff. If I make any money off of the YouTube, yay! But I mean, mainly the dogs are just our pets. Jeff Cheney says, "Are they a boy or a girl? Like a sister or brother?" Yeah, so boy and a girl, and they are like brothers and sisters right now. Which one is the strongest? Fahad Jabi, Fahad Jabin, sorry. Which is strongest? Him. He's by far the strongest. Now she has a lot of tenacity. Her attitude is different, but he is a lot stronger because he's bigger, more muscular. The monkey rod is my guess because it gotten away from mom so early. Usually they got more separation anxiety when they get split up early. Ooh, that's interesting, the monkey. You're probably onto something. Being separated early may have made some kind of weird psychological thing with her, and maybe that's why she's attaching closer to me, or to, I don't know. There's something that's interesting. Or you mean like in terms of dominance issues? Appraised, I'm a whole guy, straighter than a tree in the freezer, homie. Appraised, I hear you, brah. I hear you. Look, no judgment to people who are not like that. I'm just happy to see people that are happy to be who they are. So, however you are, I'm happy for you. As long as you accept yourself and you're happy, cool. Errol Turkan, what do they act when you have guests at home? Okay, Errol, that's an issue for my household. She's not great with having people that she doesn't know at the house. So oftentimes my initial go-to is I kennel her. He gets kenneled. I invariably let him out because he tends to warm up to people quicker. Sometimes he doesn't, but sometimes he does well because I socialize him more than her because she's been historically um, not that great with new people. And there's a reason behind that, but I don't have. I'll talk about that later. Time for the ASPCA. What's that? Is that the is that like the dog shows? So Alex Luffy, he a trained doggy. I mean, Alex, I'm training them, but like not like professionally training them. I just train them so that I have positive dogs in my house that do what I want them to do. Do you ever bust out on the peanut butter? So Cody asked me about the peanut butter. Yeah, man, Cody, peanut butter is like that's the high dollar value treat, man. When you bring out the peanut butter, you try to get some good behavior right there. So use that to your advantage. Like if they don't like taking baths, put some peanut butter on the bathtub so they can lick it while you give them a bath. Or if you're trying to train a particular thing like a sit or a roll or something, use that peanut butter, man. Would he follow you when you walk out of his vision? Do you mean the Connie Corso? Yeah. So he's kind of really attached to me. Um, so yeah, if I walk off, he's gonna be wanting to come right next to me. The Rottweiler, she's kind of figured it out. She's like, yeah, I get around to him. Like she loves me to pieces, but she'll get to me whenever she wants to. So she may, if I walk in the house right now, she may just hang out right here in the shade. Him, no, he'll be right beside me. Like let's go in the house. Yeah, like he gets offended if I don't let him in when I go inside. So which I don't particularly like that, but in some ways it's good. You know, I just like I want him to be independent and have trust that I'm still here. You don't need to guard me every single moment when we're at our house. But I do like the fact that he is very attentive, and he will like if someone comes up and not supposed to be there, then you know he's on their butts. You know, so love toy pups. Hey, what's up, Aubrey? They're so cute with their names. Storm and Rain, which is the channel name by the way. Storm and Rain, and then Missy, Mr. Meaner Missy. Yeah. Yeah, check out my video where I did a video with Mr. Meaner Missy. By the way, that music that you hear, that's us we made that music, me and the dogs. So go check out the music that we do. You may not like it, but since if you guys are from the '90s or know about the '90s, Missy, Mr. Meaner Missy, like the artist, she's R&B kind of hip hop artist. So always that's why we call her Mr. Meaner Missy. Plus her attitude. So yeah, so that video that I did with has a Mr. Meaner Missy sample with it and kind of a you know that song Work It, you know. Anyways, that song I kind of did a rendition of that with Missy. So if you have time, go check out that short. D Monkey, I was talking about protecting you, not being as social with other people. Protecting you. Yeah, I'm sorry, lost the context of that, but yeah, you know, protective. If someone were to walk up to me, and this has happened before, guys, I've taken those guys for a walk in the neighborhood, and while we're walking, someone was running towards us, and it happened to be my former CrossFit coach. You know, wonderful person, love her to pieces, loved her as a coach, and just wonderful, right? And so my dogs are here, and she's running this direction. So it's her, my dogs, and me. Okay, what happens? You guys can guess what happened. This girl here says, you don't come any closer to my daddy. She goes crazy. Now, she doesn't bite her because I have the prong collar and I've got the leash fairly close, so I yank her back. You know, and I learned a lesson from that. I learned that you don't want to put yourself in a position where your dogs feel the need to defend you. Now, I'm not saying that that's the appropriate starting behavior, but I am saying that if if they've never been in a situation where they know what to do at that time, they're going to go on instincts. And the instincts at that moment was somebody's coming towards us. I'm in the middle. I need to protect my dad. So yeah, so she was the one that led the charge. But the thing about it is once she gets started, he just follows suits. Or when she gets started. So I have a pretty famous video out there about, I say famous, I don't want to be too proudful, guys, but I do have a video that has like 7 million views where she's kind of leading the charge with the barking at the fence line, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna follow Missy, you know. But so yeah, they are very protective in that way. Let me catch up with my comments again. Eres gringo. Elder Elder Ayala says eres gringo. No, I'm a black man. I'm a I'm a brother. I'm a brother. So Aubrey, I have a dog. She is a pit bull, and she's gray and white, and her name is Kelly. She is so sweet. Cool, Aubrey. Errol Turkan. So you mean they don't like people they don't know, right? Or first time meeting? They both. They don't quite. I mean, again, he's fine because I socialize him all the time. I take him to the stores, to Lowe's, to Home Depot. So he meets new people all the time, and he's cool with that. But when they're coming to the home, when they come to our front door, when they come into our house, that's whenever they just kind of get kind of crazy. So Aubrey, I have a yeah. Oh, sorry, we read that. 9 randoms says time for head pats. Oh, 9 random wants this. Woo! Come here. He's my big boy. All right, Jackson Edgar. God bless. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate you, Jackson. I'm sorry, Jackson Edgar. The monkey I got rescued that probably left mom at like 2 weeks, and she always by my side and protecting. Super sus on people she doesn't know. So I think there's something to that, D Monkey. I think you're making me want to go look that up. You know, leaving home from mom early and how they react to their owners as they grow up. They understand you can see it. Thanks, JKF, dog, hippie. Not sure what you mean, dog. D Monkey chat going off, so I'm gonna stop typing. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, D Monkey. There's a lot of comments and I'm talking too much. Dash, do they like cheese? My dog loves it. I try not to give them too many milk products because they just kind of get gassy on me. And if you know these big dogs, they can blow out a room, man. Woo! Mine loves cheese too. Hates GSD. Good, good for training. I do tiny squares. So yeah, I know people use cheese and stuff like. I'm always like, I don't mind it, but man, these guys will blow up my room when I'm trying to sleep. FKF said, or FKFs, I like Missy. She's something else. Elder Ayaya, what a cute little dog. Thank you. Cinto bars, rap some bars, man. Wait, dude, I don't rap. I don't rap. I play music and I try to sing, but I don't really sing very well. JFK, all dogs love cheese. I know, but man, look, you gotta smell the farts from a Connie Corso in a Rottweiler in a tiny room. You gotta smell that. It'll make you think twice about cheese. Mine too. I got all streams. Nobody wants to rap. Chainto, do you want to look, dude? I need to come to your channel so I can hear you rap because I didn't get that. I don't got the brain for rapping. Asia says hi. What's up, Asia? Michael W. You can't rap, Chainto. You can't. Oh, Michael's challenging you, I guess. Errol Turkan says gotta go. See you, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by again. FKF, that sucks. Yeah, because you yank and they think it's not what to do. Yes. So bars got bars. So I would love to go check out that. I look up my is that how you say name? Chainto bars. I need to check that out, man. I guess they will. There we go. Nice Rottweiler. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Chainto bars YouTube. So is it Kainto bars or Chainto bars? He's on YouTube. Kalu Raj says, India. Hey, what's up? Chainto bars, Holland. Some bars. Yeah, I wish I could have you come on live so I can hear you rap. Lots of good praise is good. Dash, were they expensive? So Dash, I have my coworker actually bred her and kind of gave me a coworker friend discount. My other coworker who has a Conde Corso and has the sister of him knew a breeder out of California, and that cost me quite a bit. And I say quite a bit because I grew up not spending money on dogs. So when you're talking about a couple $1,000, to me that sounds expensive. But yeah. So rapping some bars. So Chinto Bars wants to rap for us. Johnny West, everything farts after cheese, not just dogs. I know, Johnny, but come on, man. Come on. I just can't be giving my dogs, like, because they'll go all night long. They take turns just blowing you out. They crop dust you all over the house. So I try to stay away from, give it the more GI friendly products, you know? Cody Bennett, no peanut butter? Yes, peanut butter is great. Peanut butter is great. Rowan, hi. What's up, Rowan? Cody Bennett, I'm sure you use a lot of it. Yeah, man, I get those the big jar of peanut butter. Ariel Vila, he's choking, giving mouth to mouth. Ariel, come on, he's just coughing. Cody Bennett, lick, 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 lick. Rowan, oh, Cody Bennett, lick. Yeah, so she's a licker, man. She loves to lick. And she even licks my couch until it's discolored, okay? That's how much she licks, like a nervous thing going on. So I think I'm caught up with the comments. I apologize, guys, if I got behind and missed your comments. So just re up for me so I can get your comments. So Crystal's asking about the breeds: Cane Corso, Rottweiler, and a mixed dog. Rowan, okay, Trailer, Kennedy, Snipes. Your dog looks fine after. Yes, yes, they're fine. He was just coughing. I kind of ignored it because I'm used to him doing that. Going, look at my dogs looking at me, like they looking at me like, am I okay? But yeah, man, I'm telling you. Now that I caught up with the comments, I don't know what to say. Did I miss something? We were talking about their diets and farts and stuff like that. So I try to keep their diet fairly clean. So so they don't have to deal with as much farts. But even then, dogs are gonna fart. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not used to massive dogs. Before these dogs, I never had big dogs. So whenever the dogs start farting in my bedroom, like, you got to keep the door open. I venture and say the methane level in my bedroom, if I keep the door closed, is gonna be so high that I just feel like my sprinkler systems are gonna go off, or my carbon monoxide monitor is gonna go off. Crystal Pace, have a great day. Thanks for showing up, Crystal. Nice to see you. Uh, and oh, by the way, Crystal says she had a doggo Argentina, which is an amazing dog. Rowan, I have a golden doodle. His breath be stinking. Gotta brush them teeth. Ariel Villa, does your dog talk to you? Mine does. He's a pit bull. I mean, they don't really. Honestly, my dogs don't talk to me. Like, I watch these YouTubers, and they be having, like, they'll do like a conversation with their dogs. My dogs don't care, man. I'll talk to them, and they'll just be looking at me. They'll turn their head to the side, and they don't talk. So I don't have one of those kind of dogs. Car Tab says I have a pet horse. Whoa, we got one. It's not ours, but we have one back there somewhere in that field back there. I don't know where he's at. He's around there somewhere. Sprinklers. Yeah. I know it doesn't work like that, but I'm just messing around. Carbon monoxide detectors go off when they fart. Your dogs talk now. So FKF, they do. You mean they talk? I mean, they talk non-verbally. Or do you mean when they're barking? I mean, they'll let you know what they want. Why do you have a Why do you have a pet horse? You're talking to my man Cartab? Rowan says they be like, "What did he say?" That's exactly right. They're talking now. Even Missy started talking. She's like, "What you doing, boy? What are you making that noise for?" Yeah, that's my baby. It's my sweetie. It's my sweetie. Oh, and then she's jealous. She's like, "Wait, you calling her sweetie? I thought I was your sweetie." And then she settled back down. Yeah, there they go with the cough again. Little Rosie says, "Oh my God, so pretty. Thank you. Appreciate you." Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's older. You can see her. She's graying in her face too. This girl has been solid. Been a solid little dog. I mean, just been amazing. We loved her. Like, she's getting jealous. You see that? And then now Missy's like, "You shut up." She told him, now she's like, both of y'all shut up. Come here, Missy. Come here, baby. Come here, Missy. Come here, sweetie. Hey, move. No. Oh, see there? See how jealous she is? Stop. No, don't. Okay, now we done start. We done started something now. Here, let's see if we can distract her a little bit. She's jealous as all get out. Those looks like my boyfriend's dog I love so pretty. Oh, your boyfriend's a little dog like that? Now she's, look at, y'all done chased the little girl out. Oh, come on now. Y'all can't be mean. You know what? Come here, Missy. Come here, baby. They were being mean to you. Nope, you don't go. Come here. Come here, baby. She's like, I'm gonna go inside the house. Okay, well, you know what? You get to go in and they get to stay out. Come here, let's go this way. Nope, you move out of the way. You're being jealous. Move. Come on, Missy. All right. Missy gets to go inside because y'all were being too jealous. Where was I at? The comments. Spotleaf says, cute dogs. Thank you so much, little Rosie. Yay. Or yay? Little Rosie, he's a big boy, though. I had to treat that like my son. Yeah, we've been talking about that all morning, little Rosie. Just your dogs and how they're like family to you. Ariel, Villa, Malcolm in the middle, they're playing. Yeah, I know they're playing, but Ariel, you know what started that? I was petting her, and then homegirl gets all jealous and starts barking like, you. That's jealousy to me. I'm not all about. See, she's in a mood right now. Look at that. She is in a mood. She is in a mood. I may have to put her in the house too, let her cool off. She's in a mood right now. Fabulous is like, yeah, you don't want your dog gassy. It's just, when you know, right? It's like, they just. I'm gonna jump in just a minute because I really think she's getting a little irritated. All right, eight. That's enough. Let's go find a toy. You want to play with a toy? Here, let's go find Sharky. All right. You got energy, boy? Go get it. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, she just yanked it out of his house. You see that? She just went, take it out. Barracuda said, fight. Yeah, dude, I don't want my dogs literally fighting. I mean, they were getting a little bit too hyped up for me, but, you know, I try to not let it go on too long because it will turn into something more aggressive. You know, her hackles didn't really go up unless you guys saw it, but I didn't really see her hackles go up. But that foot on the back is just, you know, that's a dominance move. He keeps on doing it to her. And this morning, all morning long, she's kind of been saying, I don't know if I want to deal with this. I think I'm going to let you know I'm ahead of you in the game. So usually she kind of yields. But today she's not about that. She didn't want to go in the sun. She waited until he got it. Yeah, small breeds are awesome, but big dogs will break their back on accident, stepping on them too rough. Yeah, thank goodness they respect her and they try not to step on her, but she has to let them know that, hey, I'm there. Little Rosie, you have to be careful. My dog got bit, but your dog look like they're fighting. Be careful, please. Yeah, little Rosie, that's what I was saying. I let it go on for a moment, but her attitude all morning has been a little more aggressive. So I'm kind of not trusting them to do too much of that fighting stuff because I just feel like she's on the verge of getting serious with it. And the thing about it is not so much I think that she'll win. I think that he could, in fact, say, you know what, female dog, I'm gonna show you what I got. And if he does that, I think he would win on that. So I'm not trying to have that kind of drama in my house right now. So Juan Garcia says, your dogs are so cute. Thank you. Looks like they're FKF says looks good. Their assortment of dominance looks good. Their assortment of dominance. Yeah, I mean, she's always been the more dominant one because he was a puppy when we brought her home. So she threw her body weight around all the time to assert her dominance. But now that he's getting, significantly bigger than her, I think he's kind of like, are you really dominant or am I the one that's dominant? So there is a little bit of play going back and forth. Again, like I said, some of my older videos kind of show a different story side of that. So you got to check those out. The popular ones, not the ones that I make fun of stuff, but the ones that are approaching 1 million views, whatever. Those are the ones those are the ones that get popular. People want to see the whole animated dog fight scenes that they're not real fights, but you know what I mean. Joker, what kind of dog is that? Connie Corso, Rottweiler. Dash, have they ever bit you? Dash, you bring up an interesting comment because that is a story. So short story is not me, not my wife, and not my daughter, but homeboy has bitten somebody, and that is a story. So I will talk about that if we want to go down that road. But right now, I got to try to catch up with the comments. For sure, it would get aggressive. You're a great dude. FKF, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Little Rosie, yeah, he's a great dude. Juan Garcia, what kind of dog is that? Oh, did I? I thought I answered that. Connie Corso, Rottweiler. And Hold My Beer, that's Rottweiler, but that bigger dog. That's Rottweiler. Oh, yeah, Hold My Beer is trying to tell you that this is a Rottweiler and this is Connie Corso. And Maddie dropped. So are they siblings? I mean, they're kind of like brothers and sisters, Maddie, but because they're kind of been growing up together. But no, they're not real siblings. Just messing with you. What happens if they piff check each other? Piff check? You mean like check each other, like hip check? I mean, right now they collide and they're big enough to kind of hurt each other, but he's gonna win over that because he's bigger. So his body weight, only thing he has to do is just let leash his body weight. But see how he drags her around? That dude is powerful. And yeah, we don't want any drama, FKF. Little Rosie, I have to be careful when my dogs get hit. My back paw and his back legs, and it still bleed from this day. Ooh. Yeah, man, you got to be on guard with these dogs. So Juan, the show is the name of the channel is Storm and Rain, after their names. Storm and Rain. I know Missy's not in the title, but Missy is here in spirit when it comes to the title of the channel. So Brady, can I have a shout out? Yeah, Brady. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Brady. Thanks for subbing. Definitely, anytime, dude. I try my best to mention everybody because usually my streams are not like thousands of people, so I have an opportunity to kind of interact with everybody, and so I don't mind saying your name if I can, and I apologize when I mispronounce it or say it wrong. So you're welcome to put the correction there. Melisane says hi. What's going on, BP? How long have you had them? I've had her for 3 years and him for a little over a year and a half. Look at Rain, the muscles. Yeah, I know. That is one of the fun things about having Cane Corsos. They're well fed, taken care of. That, man, they have muscle on top of muscle. I always come behind them and do this. Solid muscle. Bugosi says your dogs are beautiful. Did I pronounce that right? Bugosi? Thank you, Bugosi. Mercy Makhudwani. How old are they? 3 years old and one and a half. Beth Sire says, hey, what's going on, Beth? Richmond, nice dogs. I own a female blue nose pit bull. I'm looking to breed her with an all black Cane Corso. Ooh. What is that going to look like, Richmond? I mean, you got that blue nose. I mean, if I remember correctly, blue nose pit bulls are really massive dogs. Are they not? They're kind of wide. Maybe I'm incorrect with that, but I thought like the blue pit bulls are they're like really wide. I mean, a lot of pit bulls are wide, but I mean, I thought they were particularly large, wide animals. Correct me if I'm wrong. FKF, great dog breed. Home he lives property and long. Great dog breed. Hope he lives. Oh yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope he lives a while. They can live 8, 10, 11 years or so. And so we're hoping that they both have long lives. At the beginning of the stream, I talked about losing a Rottweiler and prematurely at a year old. So still hurt by that. Your dogs are beautiful. Thanks, Beth. Sumi no escuro. Don't bite the dog. No, I'm not going to bite the dog. Richmond, I don't know, but it's my intentions. Oh, it's your intention. Okay, you haven't done it yet. Tyler and Manton, great lookers. I have a black mouth cur. So Tyler and Manton, you said you have a black mouth cur? I'm a little bit lost. Juan Garcia, how many dogs do you have? I got 3. And 4PF Baby J official. Breed a Cardiac with a blue nose. Don't think that'll be smart. Okay, so somebody's challenging Tyler. Was it Tyler you were saying you were? Oh, Richmond. Richmond was was trying to breed a blue nose with a Cane Corso. Richmond, they both mastiffs. Ahmed Belton. Now I'm hopeful you know to rein dogs because a lot of brothers and sisters don't know how to train dogs. Oh, train dogs, especially big, strong dogs. So, Ahmed, so that's one thing I talk about on this channel is what I do is kind of a average dude in terms of training because without some level of training, you don't even if it's not professional. I tend to advocate having some level of training where you have very, very well behaved dogs, enough so they don't cause any trouble for you or your family or your neighbors. So that requires a level of training, some level of training. So even if you're not a professional trainer, there's some things you got to know with big dogs. You can get away with little dogs, but you can't do it with big dogs because respect is a important thing. If your big dogs like this don't respect you, they can hurt you or come at you. If you tell them no and they're like, well, you're low on the totem pole, they will bite you and say yes. And that's the bad thing. So you don't ever want your dogs to turn on you because you don't have that training and that level of dominance as the alpha person in the house. So yes, the short answer to your statement or comment to your statement is absolutely I agree. FKF, dang, what if you can talk about it? Talk about what? I'm sorry. Oh, you mean whenever you were asking about the bite? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure. Tyler Manton, I have a Google there, Southern State breed Malinois in there somewhere. Tyler, you said there's a Southern State breed Malinois in South United States or where? FKF, please tell us the story of the bite. Okay, yeah. So I'll tell you. So Juan Garcia, where's the other one? She went inside because homegirl got jealous. I was petting her and I didn't want to try to settle them down, so I just let her go inside the house. I have a dog channel too, Brady. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to go check out your and I'll just have to sub to you, Brady. So thank you so much, 4PF Baby J official. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, everyone. We appreciate y'all that subscribe and the ones that just comment. I appreciate y'all. Jen said you're totally correct about probably the training aspect. Little Rosie, I'm back. Hey, little Rosie. Kayla Hinchy, so cute. FK, yes sir, yes sir. The bite. Okay, so back to the bite. So this happened recently, which surprised my wife and I because we did not believe that he had it in him. But the circumstances were we were here over the 4th of July holiday. My mother-in-law, thank you, Juan. I appreciate you for subscribing. Thank you so much, Juan Garcia. And so I'm gonna get behind on my comments. So guys, let me get the story out if you don't mind. So we were at the house, and so sometime we have family here in town, and they would come hang out with us. And so my mother-in-law is a very wonderful, sweet person. We love her to pieces, but she's not much of a dog leader. Like she's not into the whole leadership thing. So oftentimes she kind of come across very, very like just kind of standoffish and passive, which is fine. It should not be a problem. That's okay for your family members to be a little more like, I'm not a dog trainer. Come on, give me a break. But however, there are circumstances where if you're coming across as yielding to those dogs, they will think that you're below them in the totem pole, and that's what happened. So my mother-in-law doesn't offer like, hey, corrections. Like if Rain says walks in front of her or whatever, she needs to tell him they needs to. But she, I think in my mind, to give him the impression that I'm alpha to you, needs to say move out of the way, okay, and he needs to take that correction from her. If it happens the other way around, where he comes up and she cowers backwards, steps backwards, he gets the psychological reinforcement that, oh, I'm ahead of you. So what happened was my wife was on the couch. Rain was laying next to her on the couch, and mother-in-law was walking up to the couch. And so my wife told Rain, pushed him, get off the couch, go. And so to make room for her mom to sit next to her. And what happened was, Rain, instead of getting completely off the couch, turns around, sees my mother-in-law walking towards the couch, and decides to give her correction. No, you're not going to sit here. I'm going to sit here. And I don't think it was like protecting my wife, but I think it was more like, this is my couch. You don't get to sit on it. You're lower on the totem pole. I tell you what to do. So he actually bit her. And that was horrible because I wasn't in the room. I was in the bathroom at the time. And so my daughter comes running to the door, says, Dad, Rain bit Grandma. And I was like, oh my God, were you kidding me? And so I ran out of the bathroom as fast as I could. And at that point, there was nothing. I mean, Tanil had already threw him in the kennel and everything like that. So she'd already given him correction. But I honestly wish I was there. That's one of my regrets. I wish I could have physically been there because, I'm obviously the strongest person in the house. And so I would offer a forceful negative correction. I would have offered a negative correction like he's never seen. Because, just because mother-in-law doesn't have those leadership skills doesn't mean that you get to take advantage of that. And if I was there, I could have offered that, that, hey, you need to make sure that Grandma is a part of the human team and is not to be messed around with. So I missed that opportunity. However, we learned a lot of things. We learned what we need to work on. We learned what, at least how we should move forward when it comes to when people are less passive, how to maybe even say, hey, look, if we're witnessing signs of people being a little more passive around our dog, be more careful about that. Not necessarily trust him for being more watchful. So that was a story. Other than that, he's never really bitten anyone. But there's a lot of lessons to be learned from that, y'all. I mean, your sweet dog that's great with you may not be sweet and great with other people, especially if they're around them long enough for the dog to get a sense of whether or not they are above or below them on the totem pole. So if your family member is coming to your house and you have a big breed like that and they are possessive or guard certain things, now the other outcome is we've took away privileges from him from the couch. So he no longer is allowed to be on the couch. She can be on the couch because she can behave, but he no longer has that privilege because I'm basically taking away that territory that he thought he owned. So he is no longer allowed to be on the couch. And I enforce that like I enforce it like it's gospel. So that's not the only thing that. So my future plan is hopefully to bring Grandma back, start doing some training with her, because I don't want her to always be in fear at my house. I want her to have the confidence. And most of the times when it comes to dogs, it's usually the humans that have to kind of change their behaviors first before the dog gets to get the sense of what they need to do. Or, does that make sense what I'm saying? So I know I'm way behind in the comments, but I wanted to get that story out because FKF was really concerned about that story. So, but that's the only time he's ever done that. Now I believe she would bite somebody that, there is a story actually with her. And, let me go ahead and get back to the comments and I will come back to that story. So, I think is a great story too. It was another learning point for learning opportunity for us. Tyler, man, so the blackmouth cur is a breed predominantly in the South that bred from Illinois from Dutch settlers. Oh, Tyler, I will have to look that up to see what a blackmouth cur is because I've never seen one, but sounds like it's a breed of Malinois from the Dutch settlers. Okay, I'll look that up, Tyler. Thanks, man. Lucas Van Dusen. Would you rather fist fight 2,000 pigeons or one kangaroo? I don't know, man. I guess the birds, because the birds have a fighting chance, not a kangaroo. Brady says thanks. I appreciate you, Brady. And then I will definitely come to your channel. So I have to. Is there? Wait, did you give me more information, or how can I reach it so that I don't? Because if I type in Brady, will it come up? Let me know, Brady. Tyler Minton, breeded. Okay, Richmond just subscribed. Thank you, Richmond. I appreciate you. Lucas, would you rather fight? Okay, yeah, I got you. FKF, you don't have to about the dog passing though if you can't. You don't have to about the dog passing though if you can't. Are you talking about the? Oh, I talked about that story earlier today about my Rottweiler passing. Oh, I'm sorry. I went on the whole story. I thought you meant the bite, but okay. Adventure Life Nova. Hello, what's going on, Adventure Life Nova? Nice dog. Thank you, little Rosie. Hey, he sounds like my boyfriend's dog. Fallen Joey. Dog. Duck. Duck! You came! Hello, Duck. Duck, it's so good to see you. How many times did Missy eat fridge when I was gone? Duck! Duck, she's been beating me crazy. She's been physically assaulting me about that refrigerator. She's been eating everything. So, Duck, I hope you're still in here because I was talking a long time. Duck, are you still here? Let me get to the bottom. Are you still here, Duck? Dang it. Duck, Duck be coming in and she ducks out. Little Rosie, that's many times. FKF, ouch. I understand about the totem pole. Yes, FKF. That is so. Anyway, you take from that story, learn from that story if you can. I appreciate that. Hornet, hello, sir. Good day. Do you speak English? Oh, what does that mean? Hornet, am I not coming across clear? FKF, how many happy? Look how happy she is. Thanks, fabulous miner. He actually loves for me to pet his butt. Level up trucking. Hello. How should a forceful correction last? I mean, so level up trucking. Usually, it needs to be, first of all, the correction needs to be at the time of the event, not later. The moment that I came out, if you're talking about the story I just told, at the moment when I came out the bathroom, it had already occurred. So that the association of the correction has to be to the act. So as he's doing what he's like, if he would have turned around and I was sitting right there, and in the moment that he bit her, I should have offered that correction. Boom, like a knee right into the side. I know that sounds abusive, but I mean, he's so big that I have to offer something to let him know that is not appropriate. At the exact moment that he does the act, the moments after, he don't understand. They don't get it. They just think you're just being mean to them. They have to associate the negative reinforcement to the actual act. That is just dog language. So, and this doesn't have to be a long thing. It's enough for them to get the message. Don't ever do what you just did. Okay, that's just how that works. Little Rosie, my bestie says she loves your dogs. Aw, tell little Rosie, tell your bestie thank you. Olivia, oh, so cute. Thanks, Olivia. Level up trucking. How long should a forceful correction last? So did you? Hopefully you got that. Ahmed Belton, English bulldog, English staff, or better dogs, family dogs and Rottweilers. Definitely. Really, I did not know that. FKF, show for show, negative into a positive, bro. You're a great, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Fabulous Miner, yeah, technically there is no such thing as a blue nose, but it's a blue pit bull, like my American pit bull. Boy, he's blue, but he's not considered a blue nose. Okay, so Fabulous, I was saying that they were kind of wider. Are they kind of more big and wider? That's everything I think of a blue bulldog. I think of this, wide-bodied dog. FKF, thanks. Charles, she's a big, beautiful baby. That was mine. But yeah, Papa, that's my boy's name. He's 115 pounds. And Doja, she's my girl. She's 89 pounds. She's a Staffordshire. So yeah, I keep them healthy and I want them to be overall. Okay, cool. Fabulous says, actually, the person that thinks that breeding a blue nose with a Cane Corso could not be wronger. That would be excellent breed to collide in to create a new breed. Ooh, Fabulous. Dropping some knowledge. I didn't know that. Durkio, I had a rot just like yours. He passed this 3 years old, and my best friend loved my dog. Durkio, that is a tough thing to experience. Nancy Rentis Quack. You're probably talking about Duck. Where you at? Duck is going. Oh man, she ducks in and then she ducks out. So love her to pieces. FKF, I did mean the bite. Oh, okay. FK, both, bro. You're good. I appreciate you. Thank you. Angelo Trillones, good morning. Oh, by the way, somebody mentioned something. Do I speak English? So am I coming across very clear? Let me know, because I do get I'm trying to rush to get to the comments, so my speech oftentimes doesn't get as clear, is not as clear as it probably should. So I have to make it. Unfortunately, I was born in such a way that I have to make a concerted effort to be articulate when I speak. So just call me out when I get a little bit muddled. So I will definitely make the correction. Dash, they calmed down. Yeah, they did. Fabulous. But yes, respect has to be instilled every day. With big dogs, you can't slap even slack a little bit. Every single day, I remind my dog that I'm the alpha all the time. That's exactly what I'm saying, Fabulous. If you listen to the point of most of my streams, I'm always trying to drive home that point that you have to maintain that alpha status because of that. That's the story I just told, right? Ava Timothy, I'm not sure if that's English or not. Yo, PV only, okay. Gary, wide body. Okay, you talking about the blue pit bulls? Level Up, thanks for the information. I appreciate it. Sub, thank you. Level Up Trucking, I appreciate you. Yeah, man. That is just kind of one of the things that your dogs can't. You can't really correct the dog after the event has already occurred moments after, because they don't associate it. They just associate they did something and then separately you just beat them. Like they don't see the connection. So it has to be at the same time. Alpha, you're good. Thank you. Gary Upsion, Genghis Kong and Razor Edge knows the pit bull breeds that are fused together, and those two could sometimes give you a dog the size of a panther. Okay. Thanks, Gary. Obesio. Surprise, Natuli. While your dog's mine died. Ooh, euphemism? Mine died? I'm not sure what you mean, surprise. Hi, VR. Your dogs are so skibbity. Okay. Alpha, morning from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hey, Alpha, what's going on? Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's a cool place. I've been there once or twice, I believe. JM, depends on the breed. Not all of them perpetually challenge you. Yeah, I'm sure that's the case. I'm talking about the big dogs, JM, oftentimes because they have the capacity to do a lot of harm. And if you don't, if you don't understand the concept with big dogs, I think you could be in a world of hurt. So, Angelo Trillones, always alpha with my dogs. Absolutely, Angelo. JM, I have a Walamute that I perpetually submissive. That I perpetually submissive. So, oh, it's perpetually submissive. Okay. I don't know what a Walamute is. TT. Oh, talk to you later, Brady. Oh, thanks, Brady. Brady, did you tell me how to get a hold of get to your dog's station before you leave? Can you please let me know that do you just type in Brady? Macho says something in a language I absolutely cannot identify. I apologize, Mancho. And JM says a wolf Malamute is 170 pounds. God, that's a massive dog. MZR, dogs are slaves held back by intelligence. MZR, dude, that's some psychological stuff, bro. I mean, I think there's something to be said about what you said, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Rain. Come here, Rain. Come here, buddy. Come here. This is what I was talking about, the recall. Rain. Get over here. So I'm trying to get him to be a little less reactive whenever my neighbor comes out to the yard. So that recall was okay, but you see how that delay? I don't like that delay. I want him to come immediately. So that's what we're going to try to work on. Hopefully this afternoon. I keep saying that, and because I want that much better than that. Dogs are slaves. Yeah, so that's an interesting concept. Maybe we could talk about that on a different stream. Mancho says, here in Georgia. Okay, cool. Sonny D, slaves. Ooh, what are you talking about? My dog wouldn't leave it if I tried to make her. Wouldn't leave it if I tried to make her. Okay. Gary, the gray one looks so nice. How old is he? So Gary, this is my Cane Corso. He's the one that's a year and a half, and then my Rottweiler is 3, of course. And like Georgia from like the European Georgia, because I'm an American, so Mancho, I'll be thinking about Georgia, like Atlanta, Georgia, in the States, but you're talking about actually the country. Okay, cool, dude. Red Bids, Weed EBZ6980 says, greetings from Scotland. Nice to see you from Scotland. Level Up Trucking. My male pit bull dog pees in the house nonstop, literally, while he's walking with my mom's female dog. Come to my house only when she's in the house. How do I stop the behavior? So Level Up. That's a good question. There's a lot of things to think about whenever your dog, is he peeing or is he marking? That's kind of two different things. And when you say that that only happens when your mom's female dog comes to your house, what that's trying to tell me is it's more of a marking behavior, like it's a territorial thing. So again, hey, Level Up. Don't forget, I'm not a trainer, but I am just saying what I've noticed with him. So, you know, a lot of that can be done with kind of some level of training. But what we've done with him, and let me show you real quick. I may have one out here. I'm gonna try to run over here. You see this right here? This is it's an old one. Level Up. This is a belly band, okay, like a diaper, and it literally goes over his junk. So what you do is you just wrap it around him, wrap it around his waist, and essentially covers his junk up, so he can't pee. Now he'll pee in this diaper, but it won't pee. It won't be on your floor. Okay, so and after a while, wearing this enough, they kind of get the message that they can't pee. Now, they'll try to take it off, so you have to work with them to not take it off. But the company that I use is V Comfy, and I don't work for them. I don't get anything from them. But so this thing has been wonderful. So as soon as we walk in the house today, I'm putting him on the new V Comfy. I'm actually going to give him a bath first, but after that bath, he's going to put one of these on as he walk around the house. And honestly, he's probably getting to the point where he's getting the message. But I feel like the moment that I let loose and let him not wear this for a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, he'll start back marking. Especially since I've noticed this morning that they're still doing this dominant stuff with each other. So I use this. This is my solution for that. Sony D, I don't have kids. My dog gets treated better than most kids. Definitely not a slave. She's just here for protection and for company. Yeah, there you go. Sony D, nah, man. My dogs are, man, they, my ancestors were slaves. And I'll be honest with you, my dogs are treated so much better than my ancestors. So much better. I wish I can go back in time to change history, but I can't. Mancho, you have so lovely dogs. Thank you. Mancho, I love English. So do you mean you love English like bulldogs? And because maybe that comment earlier that I read about English was a comment about bulldogs. I don't know. Will Bitch make the dog oil up for you? Make the dog oil up for you? What does that mean? Macho says I have two dogs. Brady, same. Brady, did you hear me when I was asking you to make sure? Because I want to go to your channel. I want to make sure I have the right information. Can you share that, please? Do I just type in Brady and your station comes up? I think you said you had a station with your dogs. I want to come check it out. Can I ask a question? I know I might be tripping, but usually the breed of the gray dog, they get very big. He looks average pit size almost. So, Gary, the gray dog is a Cane Corso, and they do get quite big. I mean, they range, especially if they're males, from, anywhere. Mine's on the, I don't know, medium to low end. He's about 100 and pushing 130, and they can be anywhere from 150, 100. I think I've heard of at least about 160-pound Cane Corso. They do exist. So they get my coworker has Ozzy, the Cane Corso, and they have a station too, by the way. I think Ozzy is pushing 155 some odd pounds, so they get big. Duck, you're back. Duck, I've been talking about you. Internet problems. Okay, I hear you. All right, I'll lay off on you. I was saying that you come in and you duck out. So, but we said we loved you. So thank you, Duck, for coming back. Are you gonna let Missy out again, Dash? I could, but I think Missy's in there chilling right now. She's probably in there with Mom, getting love. Sometimes I have to separate them so that they feel like individual love, because you saw how she was acting jealous with her me giving her love. So I'm okay with her having some special time right now with mom, and not feeling, because we talked about our dogs having emotions. I think they do have emotions. I do think that if you don't give them time for themselves sometimes, like separate them and love on them individual, I think you do disservice to your dog. So uh-oh, what happened? Oh, sorry. We're still here. Little Rosie, oh my God, I live got removed. What happened, little Rosie? OML I live got removed. Little Rosie, what happened? I'm not sure what happened, little Rosie. Marshmallow, what a beautiful dog. Is it purebred Roddy? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Probably, sir. He's a purebred duck. I can hear the frozen banana topic again. Brady, yeah. Okay, so Brady, I think you're just telling me that just your name and you can find the channel. Okay, great. Elite Boxed, you listen here, little bud. I will put you on. Ooh, list if you one more time. If you yap a lot one more time, I bet you can't catch you lacking. Elite, man, you got to translate that. Duck is laughing at me. Jimmy, what they dog doing? Macho, me dog's name is Boney and Melissa. Ooh, Duck, how many times did Missy eat the refrigerator while I was away? Duck, she like couldn't stop. We don't have a refrigerator anymore. She ate it all. Elite box. You listen here, little bud. I will put you on my list if you yap aloud one more time. I better not catch you lacking. Elite's talking about dogs lacking. Jimmy, what the dog doing? I don't know. What were they doing? Your local fave. What the dog doing? They are pretty. Thank you, your local fave. I appreciate you, Doug. Yap a lot one more time equals talk a lot one more time. Wait, really? Yeah. Okay, so no, I guess y'all are just making fun of the dogs yapping or whatever. I don't know, but I like your dogs. Thank you, Leia27. My dogs are not that vocal. I gotta be honest with you. They are really oftentimes fairly quiet. You have not heard a lot of incessant unless somebody's at the fence and then they start yapping. The Rottweiler there and the Connie Corso. Sick 'em boy. Firehawk 96 said. But they're fairly quiet. They're not super yappy. When somebody comes to the door, all heck break loose. They act like it's murder, so they get loud then. Thanks, Nabby. Nabby says they're cute. I love how they look. Thanks. Sends Arcade, Roddy, and Pitt. No. Connie Corso and Roddy. Healthy, happy, well taken care of. Thank you. Good. Katarina. Kuchichi. We got the same dogs. Really? Do you have a station, Katrina? I think that's how you say Katrina. Do y'all have a station? I'd like to check y'all out too. I'm gonna check out Brady. I think he has a dog channel. Your local fave. I love Rottweilers and Cane Corsos. Yeah, man. Great dogs. I still remember that one time Rain stole that poor red sock. Yeah, Doug, I was talking about that earlier. Somebody asked me about a funny story. And I talked about Rain stealing my sock and then blaming it on Storm. So, yeah. Nabby says, I love the names. Thanks. Appreciate you. FKF. You would want a vicious. See, y'all, I told y'all, she's a little bit, I don't know, she's getting a little bit more irritated today. I mean, she's okay now, but she's not taking as much as she normally has been taking lately. So, I don't know. Maybe I need to take a man, let him rest a little bit. Thank you for the clarification. Appreciate you. Tony, playtime. Katrina, what's a station? Oh, YouTube station. Sorry. I don't understand how to do this stuff. Katrina, yeah, I didn't either. I had to my coworker inspired me. She had the Aussie Connie Corso YouTube station, and so she encouraged me to do the same, and now that's why I'm here. At least and plus I do think that there's some value in kind of talking about how to have big dogs, because when I was looking for information on big dogs, you saw all the trainers, you saw Caesar Milan, you saw all these high power people with all these credentials, but I didn't see a whole lot of people, like average people, saying, you know what, I don't know how to do all the Caesar Milan stuff, but I do know how to raise my dogs appropriately. So I thought maybe it's a little bit of a niche area where we can talk a little bit about that kind of stuff. So Storm isn't laying down now. You're right. Yeah, no, she's been a little bit more animated than normal. Duck, Missy, what are y'all doing? I'm just inhaling the refrigerator. New. You know she is, Duck. So you are local fave says I have a bully XL. She's a girl named Sugar. Ooh, Sugar. Yeah, sweet. Miriam says, how old is the dogs? 3-year-old Rottweiler and 1.5-year-old, 1.5 Connie Corso. And they are getting hot. So you can see they're hugging the water and they're going to the door. So they want to go inside. So I may have to shut it down, guys, just to let them go and rest and chill. Do you own an American Rottweiler or a German? Charlie Kane, I don't know the difference, honestly, in the American Rottweiler versus the German variant of the Rottweiler. Every time I try to clarify that, I just never understand what they mean. The American, I guess, is supposed to be a little more slender than the German, but I don't know. Then I hear something completely different. So if you guys have any clarification on the American, like, can you tell if my dog is American, Rottweiler, or German? I don't know, man. I don't know if there's some genetic studies I need to do to figure that out, but I don't know. You got me. Um, Doug is laughing. Thanks. I appreciate you. And so yeah, man, I'm gonna let the dogs. They're hot. They're panting, and they're ready to go into the cool AC. Stay alert and positive day. Thank you, FKF, and thank y'all for subscribing. Y'all check out Brady. If I think Brady doesn't mind me shooting him out about his channel, and I'm gonna go check him out. As soon as we hang up, I'm gonna go check out Brady's station and see what's going on. And BK Jitzilla the God says, "Rest in peace, pepperoni. We miss you, peppermint." Okay, your local fave said bye. See ya. Okay, Duck, thanks for coming. I appreciate you. Hope to see you a little later, all right? You're one of my faves. Okay, bye-bye, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday.